Ruksha, Tikshna, Vyavai, Vikashi that works better even in the presence of Ama. And even the Ushna Virya is present. So there would be increased Svedana, that is a required criteria, right? Langanam Svedam they have told. So with all this quality, even there is a quality to increase the Svedatva of the body so that the Sveda or the Pitta, which is Doshita, can be eliminated out. So the Svedana is done internally with the administration of Ushna Dravyas. Next, Yoga Vahi, because this acts as a Vahana, right? Yoga, all of the yogas which is Jarahara. So adding on to the properties which is already there, so it helps in accelerating this property, almost like a catalyst. It may help to carry these medicines into the sites wherever it is required. Then Tridoshagna, so all the Jwara where the doshas are involved, probably most of the times we don't find individual dosha pradhanas often. And this is Tridoshagna, so this would be applicable in almost all types of Jwara where the doshas are involved. And Deepana, which we require a factor because Agni Mandya has occurred, and specifically they have told it is Agni Mandya Prashamana because we have to reduce the Agni Mandya because we have to increase the Agni so that the Ama Pachan occurs and even the patients develop Shup Pravartana. Next, moving on to the drug Maricha, even here the properties which they have said, see it is Katu, Lagu, Tikshna Guna, Ushna Virya, Katu Vipaka, and Ushnam Pitta Karam. Even here the intention would be causing the Svedana of the body so that the Dushita Pitta is eliminated out in the form of Ushma. So thereby creating, distracting the Srotodrodhana. Then Lagu Rochanam, Arochaka would be present, that is also tackled with the same, and even it is Deepana, it increases the Agni, thereby the patient will have Anakansha. Next we have the Pippali, even here it is specifically Jwarahara, so what more is required, right? And in the context of Pippali Gunas, they have told Pippali along with Madhu acts as Jwarahara itself and it is Agni Vardhaka. Then Guda Pippali, it is Jirna Jwarahara. See, when the Jwara is in Jirna Avastha where there is no Ama, even then it can be indicated. And it also helps in tackling the Agni Mandya, which is very well required in the disease. Next we have the Gandhaka. See, even this acts as Agni Deepaka, it is Pachaka, and specifically it is Amonmochana, where there is presence of Ama. You can blindly administer this Gandhaka because it helps in elimination of Ama because of its property like Agni Deepaka, Pachaka, Ushna, then Ushna Guna or Ushna Virya, Katu Vipaka, etc. Then it is Agni Kari as well. So Svedana can also be induced with the same. And next we have Tankana. Even this has the property of the properties which are required like Agni Deepaka, Ruksha, Tikshna, Katurasa, Ushnavirya, etc. And we have the drug Hingula, which is 2 times the ratio of the drugs which is present. So if all the other drugs are 1 part, they should be taken 2 parts. And it is Sarvadoshagna and it is specifically Jwarahara as well. So that would be a better choice for treating your Jwara. And it is Jataragni Deepana. And in the Samprapti have said it is the Jataragni Mandya that has led to the disease. So your main problem is solved. So when the main problem is solved, even the Lakshanas which are appearing due to the Vriddhi of the doshas or the Prakopa would be tackled. And here I have told that the Gomutra Shodhita Vatsanabha has to be taken. So these also have the quality like Katu, Tikshna, Ushna, Lagu, Agni Deepana. So that would be contributing for exaggerating the action which is required for the treatment of the disease. So Samanyam Vriddhi Karanam, that principle holds very much better here. And Bhavana Dravya here, to prepare the vati, they have told it is Amna Rasayukta, which is a very good Ama Pachaka and Agni Deepaka Dravya. Agni Deepaka factor, Tikshna Guna, because even if there is Ama, this Tikshna Guna would help in tackling the same. Then Ushna Virya, Amla Vipaka, then Kapha Vata Shamaka. So in conditions where Kapha Vata is predominantly involved, this would have a better efficacy. Then if there is Vibandha, like we have Srota Rodha, in such conditions, this would be working very much better. So these are the qualities of the drugs which we have seen. So as I've said, what are the requirements of the treatment is Agni Deepaka, then Sroto Sodhana. So most of these drugs, see when we see rasas, out of the drugs, 4 of them have Katu Rasa and 2 of them have Madhura Rasa and Amla Rasa. One of the drugs has that. And Guna, among the drugs which we have seen earlier, 6 of them have Tikshna Virya. Ushna has been seen in 4 of those drugs, and even the Lagu Gunas are seen in 4 of the drugs. And Ruksha Guna is seen in 3 drugs, and Snigdha Vyavaya Vikasi has been seen in 1 drug. So once this quality is present, there is no way that this action of this medicine would be stopped even in the presence of Ama. Right? Even if there is Sroto Rodha and Ama, the Vyavaya Vikasi quality itself would be enough. And even we have the karmas like Deepana, Jwarahara, Shoshana, where the Amarasa would be present. In such cases, even the Amonmochana quality is present. There is no way that your action of the medicines would be stopped. Even the Yogavahi quality contributes for the same. And Doshagnatas, we can see Vata Kapahara in most of the drugs. So around 6 drugs have Vata Kapahara quality, and Pittahara is seen Pittakara is seen in 4 of the drugs. Tridoshahara is seen in 3 of the drugs, and Kaphahara is seen in 1 of the drugs. So Pittakara, that may contribute for the Svedana of the body, which is required to eliminate the Ushmata out of the body. So that was regarding the yoga. See, when we see the shloka further, we had seen specific anupana that has to be considered based upon the dosha pradhanyata. See, they have said Madhunam Lehanam Proktam Sarvajvara Nivrittayehe. So when we see the qualities of Madhu, that is Ruksha, Agni Deepana, Lagu, Sukshma Madhanasari, Tridosha Shamana, so definitely that would contribute for the treatment of the disease. And we have already seen the Lakshanas of these drugs. So when all these are present, along with the Yogavahi quality of the Madhu, that would definitely help in working of the medicines in a better way. So if it is any Jwara, Madhu would be the best choice to administer, and based on the availability, and it is easier to administer as well. So that is how the Madhu is beneficial. And here they have specified Dadi Udaka Panena Vata Jwara Nibarhanaha. See, it is not the Dadi that is indicated here, it is the Dadi Udaka or the Mastu, which is the supernated part of the Dadi. And that is given when Vata Jwara, you are very sure that it is a Vata Jwara. In such conditions, you can select this blindly, you can give it as a Madhu, but you are very sure that if it is due to the presence of Vata, where Vata is very predominantly involved, then in such conditions, it is always better to select Dadi Udaka as an Anupana for the Mrityunjaya Rasa. See, they have told Lagu Srota Vishodhana. See, even this has the Srota Vishodhana quality. It's not just the Madhu. Even this drug has the Srota Vishodhana quality. And it is Amla Kashaya Madhura Rasa and Kapha Vatana. So even it contributes for elimination of Kapha as well. And even the Mrityunjaya Rasa Doshagnata, it is Kapha Vatahara. And apart from this, see all the qualities what they have mentioned, apart from the Doshagnata, I have already mentioned how it tackles the same. But when you see the qualities of Dadyodaka as such, see they have told Trishna Klamaharam. Trishna, if it is there, like Pipasa, if it is seen in the Vataka Pajadvara, Davana mentioned here, but with the correlation of this shloka, which is applicable to tackle the lakshanas of the Vatajajvara, have put up here. They have told Ushmano Vaishamyam, and that would be tackled by the properties like Lagu quality, which is required, then Srota Vishodhana, right? So in these conditions, that would work better. Then Kashayasyata Asya Vairasyam. That would be tackled by the Bhakta Chanda property. So the Dyutaka has the property to enhance the taste perception of an individual. That would be tackled by the properties of the Dadyudaka, where Kashayasyata or Asya Vairasyata is seen. Even Mukha Talu Kanta Shosha, which is due to the presence of Vata, that would be better tackled because it is specifically Kapha Vatahara. Then Pipasa is also seen in Vataja Jwara, and that would be eliminated by the Trishnahara properties of Dadyudaka. Next, Shavatu Udgara Vinigraha, that is due to the vitiation of Vata and Kapha. Even the symptoms like Praseka, Arochaka or Avipaka would be due to the presence of Kapha along with the Ama, and that would be better tackled when Dadyudaka is given as an Anupana. And apart from this, we have the main medicine itself, which tackles the same. Next, here they have given Akshinecha Kapha Abhave, Dahecha Vata Paitike, Sitam Dadyat Prayatnena, Narikelambu Nirbhayaha. See, there are conditions where Sannipata Jwara is been mentioned. In that condition, they have mentioned in one of the varieties, like where there is Sannipata condition itself, but there is abhava of kapha. It is a Sannipata condition, but there would be no kapha in the samprapti, but there is an involvement of vata and pitta. So that would be better tackled. And when this condition or when this Sannipata condition is occurring, when there is kapha abhava and vata paitika condition, there is increase of vata and pitta, you will always see the lakshanas like Agni Daurbalya, Trishna, Daha and Aruchi. And specifically in the shloka of Mrityunjaya Rasa, they have specified that Akshinecha Kapha Abhave Vata Paitike. When there is Vata and Pitta, you should give the Narikelambu. Why Narikelambu? Because they have mentioned the properties in Bhava Prakasha that Tasya Ambaha Shitalaha. See, there is excessive Daha, you require a Shitala Guna that is present in the Narikela. But when there is Shitala Guna that is present in the Narikela, a quality like Deepana. So if there is Aruchi and Agni Daurbalya, that will be tackled by Deepana, which is present in the Narikela Jala. It is not that just because Narikela Jala is Shitala in nature, it is Agni Mandyakara. It has a property of Deepana that would tackle the Agni Daurbalya and Aruchi, which is seen in the Vata Paitika Jwara, where Kapha Abhava should be there. That should be the main criteria in the Sannipata Jwara. And we have Agni Daurbalya with the action of Lagu Guna, it may help in increasing the Agni, and it is Deepaka as well. Then Pipasa Pitta. Even there is Pipasa, which is due to the presence of Vata and Pitta, and that would be uh, tackled by the Pipasa and Pittahara property of Narikela Jala. And even Brahma is present, that would be due to the Pitta, and our Narikela Jala is Pittahara in nature, and that is why it could be very much applicable in conditions where Jwara has Kapha Abhava, when there is excessive Daha in the involvement of with the involvement of Vata and Pitta. When there is Vata and Pitta, definitely Daha, Pipasa would be seen, and that would be better tackled by the Narikelambu along with the Mrityunjaya Rasa. Next we have Ajaji Guda Sanyukta Vishamajwara Nashinihi. See, in one of the contexts in Chakradatta, they have specifically mentioned that Ajaji Guda Sanyukta Vishamajwara Nashini. So there is no bias in that. They have given a short reference saying that Vijamajwara, whenever it is present, Ajaji and Guda would be a better choice. So when there is a direct reference, there is no bias, right? That is Apta Vachana that can be directly followed. But you have to see that when there is Agni Sada, in such conditions also it can be given. And when you see Vishamajwara, we see different qualities like there is Agni Mandya, there is a Pralepa of Jihva, etc. In such conditions, the properties like Katu, Ruksha, and Vata Kara would be important. So Vata is also Yogavahi. So when these qualities are present, that would definitely help to tackle the same. And it is Vatagna, Guda is Vatagna, and it is Asrak Prasada as well. In Vishamajwara, there is also involvement of Rakta, and that would be specifically tackled by Guda because it is Asrak Prasada in nature. Next, we have Ardrakasya Rasaihi Panam Darunam Sannipatike. See, when Sannipata is mentioned, you should see the dosha pradanyata as well. So the amount of dosha involved in the Sannipata based on Taratama Veda would be different. So in this Ardraka, they have specified whenever there is involvement of Vata Kapha in the Sannipata Jwara, this medicine would be better at. So in all the conditions of Sannipata, it is not a hard and fast rule that you have to administer the Adhaka Swarasa. Instead, you have to look into the Taratama dosha involvement, and then you can administer the disease. And this is Roksha Ushna in nature that could also bring in the Svedana property, and that may bring down the temperature as well. That may bring down the elimination of the Ushmata of the body, which is seen in the Jwara. And coming to the matra, here they have told Jeevna Jware Mahagore Purusha Yavananvite Purna Matra Pradatavya Purnam Vati Chatushtayam. Here Purna Matra doesn't indicate that you have to give whole of one vati. See, one vati they have told it is Mudga Matra, which comes around half rati, that is 62.5 mg. And such tablets should be given 4 in number. So the matra would be 250 mg. That is the dose that they have suggested classically. But you have to always look into the market samples, what is the matra they have given. So depending upon the matra, you have to adjust it classically, and then you can always prescribe the medicine. And that is the matra told for Purusha who is young. Okay, the persons who are young, in such cases, you can give 4 of what is, which is 62.5 mg each, that is a Mudga matra. But Atikshine Ativriddecha Shishav Chalpa Vayasyapi. In such conditions, you have to give Turiya Matra. So Turiya Matra is 1/4 of the Matra which is given to the Madhyama Vayaska person. So that comes around 1/4 would be 62.5 mg. Total Matra of the Vati to be given to the Madhya Vayaska Purusha is 4 Vati. Here if it is 1/4, it should be 1 Vati for a Bala. But market samples, you are not supposed to administer 1 vati because the matra would be vary. So when they say Turiya matra, that is one of the vatis, it should be limited to 62.5 mg. Then Navajvare Pradhanena Yamekan Nashayat Jwaram. In conditions of Navajvara, when this is administered in 3 hours, that is 1 yama, the jwara would be subsiding. It doesn't mean that the temperature level decreases. Instead, your samprapti vigatana takes place, or destruction of the samprapti which has caused the disease will be tackled. I am Mrityunjayo Nama Rasaha Sarva Jwarapaha. So it can be indicated in all the diseases. And what is the criteria they have said? Anupana Prabhedena Nihanti Sakalan Gadan. And that would be done only when you administer considering the dosha pradhanyata and anupanas when you administer the medicine. So just administering the Mrityunjaya Rasa with plain water would work better, but for the best results, this would be the criteria which you should consider, which is told in the Shastra. So far we have seen the dravyas which we have, which are formulated, which are included in the formulation. So it contains both Kashta Aushadhis and Rasa Aushadhis, right? And in Kashta Aushadhis, see the matra, otherwise if the Kashta Aushadhi is given, it would be varying. It would be very huge matra, because when they say dose of Swarasa, it could be 1 pala or half pala. When it is Kashaya, it would be of 2 pala. But when you see the matra of Rasa Aushadhis, see other dravyas which are used there would be Jwarahara, like Vatsanapa. And there is an involvement of Rasa Aushadhis here. So that would further bring down the matra of these Aushadhis. And the famous shloka from the Rasa Shastra books, they have told Alpa Matra Upayogitvat Aruche Aprasangataha Kshipram Arogyadayitvat Aushadebhyo Adikurasaha. They have told that even with the minute quantity, the action of the medicine would be further increased. It is better compared to the Kashta Aushadhis. And even it doesn't interfere with the aruchi in an individual. So even if there is Agnimandya or aruchi, these medicines would act better. And that would be the problem in most of the Kashta Aushadhis. When they administer Kashaya, you have tendency that the patients would be avoiding the same because it would be not good in taste. And if the patient has aruchi, in such cases, he will not be willing to take the medicine. But when it is a Rasa Aushadhi, if it is in Alpa Matra, and it has no much taste compared to the Kashta Aushadhis, it would be better and easier to administer. And what is the benefit that you get is even the health index or the attainment of a better health would be occurring earlier when compared to the caste aushadhis. Next, we have seen different samskaras that has been involved here. They have uh, done the bhavana with the gomutra, jambira. Then they have included gomutra as a shodhana dravya, which may contribute further. That is samanyam vriddhi karanam. That principle is very much appreciated here, and such samskaras would enhance the actions of the medicine further. Then we have seen the Vyadhi Samprapti and Lakshanas, and what is the main motto of your treatment that we have seen here. And depending upon the Vyadhi Samprapti, how would you take in the medicines that you're going to prescribe? Is the screen visible?
Now it's not visible, ma'am.
Okay, it's visible, right?
Not it, ma'am.
Is it visible?
No, ma'am, it's not visible, ma'am.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, is it visible now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then we have seen the Anupana Bedena Oshadhata Yoga. Based on the Anupana, how differently it can be administered in different disorders or the dosha pradhanyata. Considering that, how you can change the Anupana, then giving it with the plain water. Then comes the Aushadha Matra. See, they have told. See, they have told yoga dapi visham tikshnam uttamam bheshajam bhave bheshajam cha piduryaktam tikshnam sampatyate visham. See, when a visha is given in a proper matra, even that acts as a medicine. But if the medicines are given without the consideration of matra and other factors, that would act as a visha. And this formulation is the best example for the same. We have a visha dravya here as well, and when it is administered in a proper matra, and that helps in the treating the diseases. So that is the main intention, which is very much focused in this yoga. Usually the matra of Vatsanabha is very much limited, less than a rati. And if it is administered more than required, like we see the tablets which has been administered, if we administer blindly that one tablet was told, and if we administer the same, the matra of Vatsanabha in one tablet would be not the 62.5 mg which has been quoted in the formulations, that would be different. So you must always be careful and you have to look into the concentration of the uh, components in every formulation. It's not just this yoga, it is applicable for all the yogas which you're going to administer. So with this, see how beautifully our acharyas have planned and how beautifully they have tackled the samprapti of the same, and different anupanas have been used for treating the same diseases. Even if there is dosha pradhanita, we have different points to consider in it, and depending upon that, how well the samprapti of the disease can be solved so that the normalcy of the doshas can be attained. Quoting this, Shastra has said that Ayurveda Amritanam, because it is just like a Amrita, which may focus not only in treating the diseases but also in swastha rakshan of an individual. So the secret of success, these are the home takeaway points I would like to focus. So the first success is the Shastra Avalokana. So when the Shastra Adhyana is done in a better way, that would definitely get some of the doubts in your mind. And when it is discussed properly, that would definitely help in eliminating the doubts. And we have our teachers to guide us, right? When they practice, you definitely have to look into it and then analyze it. You have to listen to them. That is aptavachana palana. Even our teachers are aptas. So when they practice, you have to look into them, and rather than blindly following what they practice, see, they have analyzed it and they have been practicing since many times. They would have a better base of practice what they make. But for you as a students, it's always better to do some research on it, evaluate what are the best things that could work out, and experimentation can be done. and you can draw your own conclusions, put things into practice so that you can see which works better for your patients. And most of all, what is required is your uncompromised and sincere effort. And never ever take shortcuts when it comes to learning. With these words, I conclude. Thank you so much for the patience listening.
Thank you very much, ma'am. It was great
Thank you.
listening to you and for the participants who had attended this session. Thank you very much, ma'am. Just a reminder to the delegates, please be sure to post your questions into the chat box in your control panel.
I think delegates are odd out of your presentation, ma'am, that we don't have any questions for this session. So
Okay.
we are moving to the end of the session. Now I would like to welcome Dr. Devi S. Nair, Assistant Professor, Department of Roganidana and Vikruti Vinyana, Ayurveda College, Coimbatore, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Darshini. Respected principal, doctors and students, we are really glad that today we have an alumni from the prestigious institution SDM Udupi, Dr. Sushmita. Ayurveda is based on some principles. So more than routine treatment, Dr. Sushmita explained us how to treat a case by understanding the concept Samprapti Vigadanameva Chikilsa. In a step-by-step fashion, ma'am gave us a clear image of pathogenesis of a disease. Then on the basis of Rasa Guna Virya Vipaga, the breaking of Samprapti is very well explained. It is told that once Jwara Chikilsa understood, then any condition can be treated. So thank you ma'am for selecting Jwara, analyzing and interpreting it. Shipram Arogyadayatvat Aushadebhyo Adigo Rasaha. So all, please judiciously use Rasa Shastra and yield a quick and complete cure. Thank you, ma'am. And I would also like to thank the listeners for making the webinar a success. Over to Darshini.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
Ma'am, we have got a question. Shall I
Yes,
ask,
yeah,
ma'am?
yes, yeah.
Gudam is said to be Asru Prasadana, but it is also there in Kushta indication. So how can we interpret?
Kushta indication or as a quantitative factor for Kushta? Is this the question as I have understood?
Kushta Indiana, I think it is causative factor, ma'am.
Okay, see, we have two varieties of Guda when it comes to Shastra. They have Purana Guda and Nava Guda. For the purpose of medicine, the Purana Guda would be working better. So rather than selecting the Guda, which is Nava in origin, it's always better to go for Purana Guda, and that acts as Astrik Prasadana rather than the causative agent.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Thank you, ma'am, for answering the question.
Thank you very much, ma'am. The
Thank
sun
you so
sets
much.
in the evening today with the promise that it will rise again tomorrow. Here's hoping that the day comes with a better tomorrow. We have come to the end of the session. Dear delegates, our next Diksha free webinar series will be conducted on 9th of September. In the next session, we will be discussing about encapsulating pediatric dermatology in Ayurveda. Srinath S., Deputy Director for Dhanvantri Institute of Dermatology, Nelluvai. Thank you everyone for joining us today. For further details on our upcoming session, stay connected with us in all our social media. Hope you all had a great evening. Thank you all once again. Thank you very much. Good night.